This week on Storyboard, we are in conversation with Amaresh Godbole, CEO, Publicis Groupe Digital Technology Business, on the infinite possibilities of AI for the advertising business, challenges that agencies should prepare for, and much more. We have Sumit Virmani, Global CMO of Infosys, speaking about their new campaign with global icons Rafael Nadal and Iga Swiatek. And we also have Tarun Jain, CEO of Tim Hortons franchise in India, speaking about their one-year journey in the country. How has it panned out so far? How are they planning to execute their plan of setting up 120 stores in the country by 2026 and much more? Hello and welcome to Storyboard. I'm Shibani Gharat. This week we are catching up with Amaresh Godbole, CEO, Publicis Groupe Digital Technology Business, on the infinite possibilities of AI, challenges that agencies should prepare for, and how has the group partnership with Microsoft for Marcel helped its faster adoption within the agency setup. Also, Indian clients' excitement around AI-driven solutions. He says that clients will put a lot of pressure on them as an industry to either increase the productivity by multiple factors or reduce the cost by multiple factors. Listen in. Amaresh, there has been so much of talk about AI and generative AI and its impact on the advertising business. If you can share with us, what is the kind of impact that AI and generative AI over the past couple of months has had on advertising, Indian advertising business, and how do you use it on a day-to-day basis?
So when I talk about how it impacts the work that we create, if you look at all the knowledge work that goes into advertising as an industry, so whether it's ideation, content writing, image generation, video creation, data and coding, those are the broad tasks that we're doing. You already have very powerful co-pilots for these, right? So if I just talk about ChatGPT, especially 4, Mid-Journey for images, Runway for video, it can do text to video, image to video, it's brilliant. You've got GitHub Copilot for data, and now you've got for technology, sorry, and you've got code interpreter from ChatGPT, which can help with data tasks. So these are tools that we are already upskilling our people on, integrating them in our SOPs, etc. Right? And we're taking an enterprise level view of, do we need to build products that integrate all of these for end-to-end workflows? More interestingly, I suppose, from a client's vantage point, is the kind of work that we can create. So if I had to give you very recent examples, I think just earlier this month, Leo Burnett had this brilliant idea for Oreo, where we basically created personalized versions of Farhan Akhtar's voice and, gave personalized messages to thousands of people. Yeah. So it was Leo Burnett's idea. Our technology teams did the experience design and solutioning for it. And what we did was we trained GPT-4 to actually write like Farhan Akhtar, and those prompts would then be turned into Farhan Akhtar's voice using Resemble AI. So what that's allowing us to do is, say it with Oreo, where Farhan Akhtar is responding personally to, I think, 100,000 or more people by now. And this is something that was not possible even a year back, right? A year back, if you were to do this, you'd need an army of writers who've been trained to write like Farhan Akhtar, and he would have to record his voice over 100,000 times over. So that's the kind of at-scale experiences, data-driven experiences that we are able to deliver. Upcoming possibilities are visual neural networks, so where you point at stuff and recognize what it is. A lot of times people used to pitch ideas like, if I can point at shoes or a car, can I tell which one it is? It wasn't possible. Now with the right data training, it is very much possible. So I think the possibilities are only limited by imagination, but it's a very, very exciting time for us.
Possibilities are only limited by imagination. Also, when it comes to production and processes, AI and generative AI is what I'm understanding helps save a lot of money. What is the kind of impact it will have on the digital advertising revenue going forward, considering it's only increasing? The spends on digital advertising are only increasing over the past couple of years.
Sure. I mean, first of all, at the risk of taking a bold stance, I think it's going to impact the advertising industry at large, not just the digital advertising industry, because a lot of these tools will get integrated in production processes even for larger films, etc. as they evolve. But primarily, I think it creates both tailwinds and headwinds for us. So in terms of tailwinds, I think what's happening is clients are very excited about, how do we leverage some of these technologies and create phenomenal experiences. So the Oreo idea that I shared with you, clients will invest in new ideas where you're using the power of AI to deliver customer experiences. Secondly, there will be a fair amount of data that can be used to predict consumer behavior. You could potentially have new products. And thirdly, I think agencies can even think about building almost SaaS-like models to say that, how can I help marketers with marketing tasks using AI?
Yeah.
So those are opportunities for us. But there's also, I think, a big headwind coming our way, which is as AI becomes ubiquitous and everyone realizes that the number of man hours required for a given task have reduced substantially. I think clients will put a lot of pressure on us as an industry to either increase our productivity by multiple factors or reduce costs by multiple factors.
On this note, one of the most recent interesting conversations that I had with an AI expert, and he said that his day-to-day job is also to ensure that clients are sober about any new technology that is coming in their way. First, tell us, in terms of your interaction with the Indian clients, how excited and what is the kind of excitement that they are showing? And you mentioned also the challenge or the headwind on how they would expect way more from an agency as compared to earlier.
Sure. There is excitement from the clients in terms of saying, hey, can you increase my speed to market by using some of these tools? But there is also trepidation, and rightly so, because we are all still experimenting with it, right? There are a lot of issues at a macro level. So there is issue about copyright. There's a lot of clamor saying these AI tools have been used, trained using artists and the knowledge of the world. So is it right? There are ethical considerations. There are bias issues. Yeah. So what we've been doing is coming up with legal frameworks, guidelines on what is the safe way to use AI. So for instance, today you may say that why don't we start by using Midjourney to generate images for a storyboard, but let's not use it in production images just yet. We are also exploring options of enterprises that have been used to working with us. So for instance, if I look at Adobe, Adobe's launching Adobe Firefly. Now Adobe institutionally knows what advertising needs, what brand safety is, copyright issues, etc. So maybe it's easier for us to start there than a Midjourney, which is a very, very open source tool and so on. And also clients are at different stage of their journey, right? If you're a global client, you have more pressures to be brand safe and take it very slowly. But of course, you've got people who are independent founders and so on who are like, start using it for me today and we'll see what happens. Yeah. So it's on a continuum. Yeah,
so security issues, concerns around copyright, concerns around the fact that, many a times it is baked with biases. What else should agencies prepare for? What are the other challenges that agencies should prepare for?
So there are some interesting ones that may come up our way, right? So one of the challenges as we go over a period of time is once people start using these tools, is there a likelihood of over-reliance? Will that dull the skills of our people? Then there are challenges, a lot of the challenges around legal, saying that who takes the liability if something goes wrong or someone claims that this is tomorrow I put out something and someone claims that it was trained on their work and therefore they're liable to be, compensated.
ये तो AI ने किया.
AI ने किया. I mean, and see, obviously, most of the privacy policies and stuff like that give us the leeway, but nothing stops a person from going and taking a brand to a court tomorrow. And no one wants to face that, right?
Publicis Groupe was one of the first to use AI with Marcel in partnership with Microsoft. If you can share, how has it panned out so far and how has it helped your day-to-day work?
So I think that's a bet that has really paid off for us, right? Because first of all, because since 2017 we've been talking about it, there's a certain institutional readiness in Publicis Groupe and in the minds of our people that AI is going to be a co-pilot for us in a way of working. Secondly, because it was in partnership with Microsoft. Microsoft is the one backing OpenAI. So it's been amazing for us because we've integrated GPT-4, DALL-E and some of the other OpenAI tools right into Marcel. So anyone in the group can just log into Marcel and access the power of these tools, which are, GPT-4 is paid outside otherwise. And thirdly, I think it's been a phenomenal way for us to efficiently connect the 100,000 people that exist around Publicis Groupe. So tomorrow, if you're doing a campaign in India and you're looking for talent who has experience in that sector and it doesn't exist here, you can reach out and someone will put their hand up and say that, hey, I'm ready to jump in and contribute to this campaign.
Finally, before we go, what are your plans to amp up the digital technology capabilities of the group in the coming days?
Sure. So, it happens at a product level, a people level, and at a structure level as well. So at a product level, when we talk about AI readiness, we've got people certified on AI, 50 people who are already certified, ready to build AI experiences. Secondly, we are leveraging a Microsoft partnership. We spoke about enterprise and brand and data safety. So Microsoft has Azure OpenAI, which actually solves for a lot of those. So we are embedding that into the way we, take the product to clients. When it comes to commerce, we're looking at commerce transformation at scale. That's something that we've been doing really well and we're building for it. And to back it all up, and what we've got is something called an AI COE. So our CTO runs it, and basically it has multiple work streams like, data, cloud, consulting, etc. And there are people focused on scaling those and making sure that we are the best at it. And underpinning all of this is our talent structure. So we've actually got a separate talent structure for technology, so which is focused on L&D, focused on recruitment and everything. And that's been designed by the learnings we've got from Sapient, Epsilon, and these global acquisitions that we've had. So it almost mirrors any evolved IT company, and that makes sure that we have an ongoing pool of phenomenal technology talent. Because it's a treadmill, right? You really have to keep running to keep up with it.
Yes.
So that's what we're doing.
Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us and sharing these insights with us, Amaresh.
Thank you for having me, Shivan.
It is time for a short break. On the other side, we have Sumit Virmani, Global CMO of Infosys, speaking about their new campaign with global icons Rafael Nadal and Iga Swiatek.